Hi class, so in the chapter 7 part 1 video, we brought up about the idea of international arbitrage, and we started introducing the first type, locational arbitrage. In this chapter 7 part 2 video, we're going to discuss the second type of international arbitrage, which is triangular arbitrage. It is defined as currency transactions in the spot market to capitalize on discrepancies in the cross exchange rate between two currencies. Okay, so this is not like between banks or between different locations anymore. This is between two different currencies, and accounting for the bid-ask spread, transaction costs bid-ask spread can reduce or even eliminate the gains from triangular arbitrage. Okay, so we need to pay attention to that. Realignment due to triangular arbitrage forces exchange rates back to equilibrium. Due to market forces should realign the cross exchange rates between two foreign exchange rates between two foreign currencies based on the spot exchange rates of the two currencies against the US dollar. So here we should choose triangular arbitrage. The cross rate exchange rate between two foreign currencies should be consistent with the spot exchange rates of the two currencies against the US dollar. For example, in this case here, we would find a triangular arbitrage opportunity if the value of a British pound in US is 1.6 at the quoted bid price, 1.61 at the quoted ask price, and the value of a Malaysian ringgit MYR in US dollars is 0.2 at quoted bid price and 0.201 at quoted ask price. The value of a British pound in Malaysian ringgit, the cross exchange rates between the two foreign currencies is MYR 8.1 and MYR 8.2. Okay, so let's first see if there's a price discrepancy here and see how we are gonna arbitrage through the difference. Okay, so for the bid price, a pound equals 8.1 MYR. Okay, which is also equals to 8.1 multiplied by $0.2. Okay, from the second and third row, we know that a British pound is 8.1 MYR, and because each MYR is worth $0.2, so we multiply these two numbers. Okay, so from the second and third row, we know for the bid price, 1 British pound equals $1.62, which is higher than the first row here. That's the 1 pound equals $1.6. Okay, and also same thing applies to ask price. If we use the second and third row, 1 British pound is 8.2 MYR, and because 1 MYR is 0.201 US dollar, so 1 pound becomes 8.2 multiplied by $0.201, which is $1.6482, which is higher than the first row, 1.61 here. Okay, so if we use the the exchange rate between MYR and US dollar, and the cross exchange rates between pound and MYR, we can sell at a higher price while we could buy at a lower price using the exchange rate between pound and dollar. Okay, we want to buy low and sell high, and we know the exchange rate is lower between pound and dollar. Okay, so we can buy at the ask price here, 1.61. Okay, we can use 1.61 USD to buy 1 pound. Second step is to exchange the 1 pound for 8.1 MYR. Okay, we can buy the buy the pound at the lower ask price, and we can sell it at the higher bid price. But we need to do 2 additional steps here. We first exchange the pound for MYR for 8.2, and then we exchange 8.1 MYR for $1.62 using the 1.2 exchange rate for MYR. Okay, or you can see our bid price here, 1.62 directly. Okay, so you know, using this second and third step here, 1 pound can be exchanged to $1.62. Okay, we can use this 1.61 dollar to buy a pound, exchange it to MYR, and then exchange it to US dollar. Okay, so the original purchasing price is 1.661, and the final selling price for this pound at the US dollar would be 1.62. Okay, and the gap between these two would be 0.01, which is the net profit for us using the triangular arbitraging opportunity here. Impact of triangular arbitrage. Activity 1. Participants use dollars to purchase pounds. Impact. Bank increases its ask price for pounds with respect to dollar. Activity 2. Participants use pounds to purchase Malaysian ringgit. Impact 2. Bank reduces its bid price for the British pound with respect to ringgit. That is, it reduces the number of ringgit to be exchanged per pound received. Activity 3. Participants use the Malaysian ringgit to purchase US dollars. Impact 3. Bank reduces its bid price of ringgit with respect to dollar. Okay, so if we come back to see here, because we're purchasing this ask price of British pound in US dollar, okay, we will push this price up, and because we're selling using these two bid price, we're gonna bring these two prices down. Practice here. National Bank quotes the following for the British pound and the New Zealand dollar. Assume you have 10,000 to conduct this triangular arbitrage. What is your profit from implementing this strategy? Okay, so we have value of the British pound in dollar as 1.61 as bid price and 1.62 as ask price. And we know the value of the New Zealand in US dollar is 0.55 as bid, 0.56 as ask. Value of British pound in New Zealand dollar, the cross exchange rate is 2.95 and 2.96 for bid and ask. Okay, so before we discuss about the solution, again, you can first try to understand the last example, and you can pause the video now and try to work on this question on your own, okay? Excuse me. You can try to think about what is the price we should buy and sell at, and how much profit we can have. Okay, so if you're ready with the answer, let's look at the next slide here with solutions. Otherwise, you could keep pausing the video. Okay, here we know from the exchange rate that's at this bid price, £1 equals 2.96 New Zealand dollars. Okay, and then for each New Zealand dollar, it's 0.56 US dollars. So we can use this 2.96 multiplied by 0.56. So we have 1.6576 as the US dollar exchange from £1, which is higher than the bid price for pounding US dollar. Okay, and for the ask price, again, we can use these two numbers multiplying by each other. So we know £1 is 2.97 New Zealand dollar, and it is 2.97 multiplied by 0.57, which is 1.6929 US dollar, which is again higher than this ask price. So we can buy low at the low ask price and sell at the high bid price. Okay, if we have 10,000, okay, first we purchase from the low price, so we use this 10,000 divide by 1.61, so we have 6,111.18 pounds. And then we can use the second and third step and purchase exchange pound for dollar at the rate of the higher rate, 1.6576, okay, the higher bid price, which is multiplying these two numbers. So we can use this 6,111.18 multiplied by 1.6576, okay, because we can sell at this rate. So we have 10,000, and our net profit is the difference between 10,129.89 and the original capital 10,000. So our profit is 129.89. Okay, alternatively, we can use the 6,111 pound, switching it to New Zealand dollars first by multiplying 2.96. So we have 18,000 New Zealand dollar, and we multiply it by 0.56. Okay, again, the higher bid price. So we have the same number, 10,129.89. Okay, so by multiplying by 1.6576, we're combining two steps here. Multiply 2.96 and multiply 0.56. We're combining these two steps because 1.6579 is because we got this number from multiplying by these two numbers. Okay, so we can buy at this price and sell at this price. Selling at this price is actually selling at these two prices consecutively. Okay,
Let's look at another practice on triangular arbitrage here. We have $100,000, and we know that value of an Australian dollar in US dollar is 0.67 at bid, 0.69 at ask. Mexican peso in US dollar is 0.074 at bid, 0.077 at ask. And the cross exchange rate of an Australian dollar in Mexican peso is 8.2 and 8.5 at ask. Okay, this is similar to the first two examples. You can pause the video now, try to work on this question, think about what is the rate we should buy and what is the rate we should sell. Okay, so if you're ready, let's look at the solution here. We have, again, bid and ask for Australian US dollar in the first row. So we can have another new bid and ask price for exchanging Australian for US dollar rates by combining the second and third row. At bid price, we can first start with 1 Australian dollar. It could be exchanged to 8.2 pesos, and then we can exchange to 8.2 multiplied by 0.047, which is 0.6068. So exchanging twice using the second and third row is equivalent to having a bid price of 1 Australian dollar in US dollar as 0.6068, okay, which is lower than the original bid price. For ask price, again, we can multiply these two numbers, 8.5 multiplied by 0.077, so we know 1 Australian dollar is worth 0.6545 US dollar, which is lower than the original ask price. Okay, did I say it's higher than the original bid price? So the new bid and ask are both lower than the original bid and ask price of the value of an Australian dollar in US dollar. So again, we can buy low and sell high. Okay, if we want to buy low, we have to buy at the lower ask price, okay, which is the new price. So we need to combine these two steps. So we use this 100,000 divided by 0.077. Okay, so we have about 1 million pesos. Then we divide by 8.5 here. So we have 102,000 US dollars exchanged. And then we want to sell at the higher bid. So we use this number. Excuse me, I think I jumped one step here. So from the original 100,000, we divide by 0.077. So we have about 1 million pesos, and we divide by 8.5. So it's exchanged to actually 152,788 Australian dollars. Okay, that's our buying process. And then we can sell at the higher price, 0.67. Okay, so we multiply by 0.67. So we have 102,368 as our final dollar value after doing this triangular arbitrage. So our profit is the difference between this ending balance and the beginning balance, 100,000. So we take the difference, we have 2,368 as our net profit. Okay, if you want to combine these two steps, because we know if we multiply 0.5 by 0.077, we have this higher ask rate of 0.6545. Okay, so we can also first use 100,000 divided by this 0.6545. Okay, exchange dollars to Australian to 152,788 Australian dollar. Okay, and then we sell these Australian dollars at the higher bid rate, 0.67, multiply it. So we have 102,368. Okay, so either way works. You can multiply these two one by one, or you can multiply them to get an ask rate first. Okay, and divide by this new ask rate. Okay, that's all for triangular arbitraging practice problems. Okay, we have several examples here. If you are still not too confident, you can try to work on these examples. I think we have 3 of them here. You can try to work on them again without looking at the solutions. Okay, try to write out these solutions by yourself so you can understand these questions better. Okay, we will discuss the third arbitraging type, covered interest arbitrage, in the next video.